G'day guys, welcome back. Just wanted to show you my new baby real quick. This is the little girl that was born by cesarean section yesterday. Our little red teacup poodle Abby had a cesarean for just this singleton. 4 ounces, so pretty big for a teacup puppy, but because she only had the one, they do grow a little bit bigger, but she still won't grow very big at all. So that's her. I just thought I'd let her say hi to you all. I'll take her back to her mum real quick and I'll be back. Just give me a sec. Okay, I'm back. I'll just put my gloves on and we'll get going. So a lot of people were asking me how Abby went with the birth, and I said I'll show you once she has them. So had it yesterday, so a little 1 day old. Now, beach paws. As I said in my previous video, it's starting to get warm here in Queensland, Australia. It's October, so starting to get a bit warm. December is creeping up on us. So that is the one that I did previously, and I put the video up for you to see. Now it's got, for me, it's got too much white in it. I just wanted little flicks of white to be the foam on the ocean, but it's got a lot of white. So I'm going to do it again and not put so much white in. And this one also doesn't have any oil in it. It's just the Floetrol, which gives you those cells or those unique little formations. I am going to put a tiny bit of coconut milk hair serum in the one that I'm going to do now, just to see what happens, because I like experimenting. So let's do it. Now, pouring medium is just Floetrol today, and I have got 3 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint in this mix. The video that I did before this one had 4 to 1, so this one's a little bit thicker, 3 to 1. And I'm using the Global Impastos. It's quite a thick paint. Similar to Liquitex Basics. I think Liquitex Basics is a little bit thicker. You'd have to mix it 4 to 1 instead of this 3 to 1. Okay, coconut milk hair serum. I'm going to put just a touch in. I don't know that I want it in all the colours though. I'm not going to put any in the beach because that'll be down the bottom here, and I don't want any little pits in that. I won't put any in the white, so I'll just put 1 drop in our shades of blue. One for you, 1 for you, and 1 for you. Smells delicious, this stuff, love it. Okay, give that a bit of a stir, because there's only 1 drop in there, so I do want to mix it up a little bit. Actually, this navy, I've got double the amount of navy in there. I'll put an extra drop in that one. So that one's got 2 drops, but it's almost a full cup, because I do want more blue in it than the last one. It was a bit pale, but I think that's probably because it had so much white in it as well that it looked a little bit paler than I wanted it. I want a nice dark ocean looking paw. So colours are my navy, Deep Space. This is a blue that I've mixed myself. It's a cool blue mixed with cobalt. I find cool blue throws purple, so I'll put a bit of cobalt in it just to tone it down. Coastal turquoise. Lagoon, which is like a minty colour, and then for the sand I've got Flesh. It's kind of a fawn colour, and white. And I've got my little tool for swiping with. You could use a playing card or a bit of paper. Paint chip cards are good. Whatever you want, really. I just find this is easy because it's got the flat bottom and I can lift my hand up a little bit above it. Okay, so start with the navy Finish with the sand, dark to light, and a little bit of white through it, but not as much as the last one. Okay. So thicker, this paint is thicker than my previous mix, and I want lots of navy at the top and just a little bit of navy down the bottom. I'm going to use it all up. Okay, making a mess, clean my hands. Right, next colour is the blue, and I want mainly navy at the top, so I'm going to leave a bit of a gap and then put the blue, so more of the blue up here, and then just a little bit of blue down here to drizzle that in, just to blend it in a little bit, but yeah, more blue up there. There's a tiny bit left if I want it. Now this turquoise really takes over, so I haven't made a lot of it. So I'm going to have navy and blue, the leave a gap, and then this turquoise here, like so, and just a little bit of it down there. So can you see what I'm doing? Mainly navy and blue, navy blue, aqua, and so on. So this one will start down here, this paler one. Like so. I better put a little bit more of this one just down here. And I'm going to put my beach down. Now this one doesn't have any oil in it, remember? Because if you've been using oil, you'll know that it kind of leaves little pit marks. And only when it's wet, it dries smooth. So you don't need to worry about that. But when it's wet, it does leave little pit marks because of the oil. Now that's not going to stay flat there. I want it to be a little bit, actually I'll probably put a little bit like that because I wouldn't mind it on a bit of an angle, just to make it look a little bit more natural, like so. Al natural, as they say. Okay, now the white. Actually, before I put the white on, I'm just going to move this around a little bit so it's covering my card. This is a 30 by 40 centimetre card. Got a lot of paint on here, so get rid of some of it. And doing this helps blend it all a little bit too. There we go. You don't want to leave too much on your surface. There's my navy. I just need to fill in these little corners that I've missed. That blue took over my navy a little bit. Never mind. Okay. Now, just need to fill in this little gap just there. And that little bit there. And I think we're pretty much ready to go. Now for the white. Now I don't want to just pour it on. With my last one, if you saw my last video, I had little blobs because I poured it on. And I don't want to put just that much paint into a squeeze bottle, so I'm just going to use the paint on the stick and sort of just do that. How's that? It kind of works, doesn't it? So a little bit there where the beach meets the ocean, and then just little bits like this. A bit more down here. And I think that's it. As I said, I don't want too much white. It was just too much in the last one. I'll show you again. I'd like a little bit more blue, not so much white. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do this and I don't like so much of the blue showing through, but I I just want like the white to be the tips of the waves. Okay. Now this is a thicker mix, so not sure what it's going to do. Probably get more cells to begin with because it's got the oil in it, and there'll be more of a roundish shaped cell because it's a thicker mix. So let's see. I'm going to go up and down to make little waves. And wipe the excess off on my piddle pad. Try not to keep the same shape. So to go up there and then down there, and the next one go up there and down there. You don't want it too symmetrical, I think, anyway. Just play around with it, have some fun. You know, waves aren't a set shape or size. They're all sort of crashing into each other, and makes it a little bit more interesting, doesn't it? Okay, where will we go with this one? Down that way. So cells popping up, as you can see. So whether or not you prefer a look like this with the cells, or whether you prefer it more, I guess, natural without so many cells, let me know. I'd love to know what you think. I took that one up there a bit just because there's a lot of that blue there, so take it up just a touch. Although it has got the beach in it. Never mind. It's ocean mixing in with the waves here where it meets the sand. Just clean that off because this last one, I don't want any blue in it. I just want beach. I missed that little bit that I was going for. Let's try again. I'll put a little bit more white in that. Just a bit of a drizzle of white along there. That's better. Got it. Okay. I think that's all I will do. No. Try and fiddle with something to fix something and you end up ruining it, so it's best just to leave it. Just going to put a little bit more of the beach down here where I've wiped some of it off. Do I like this bit of beach through here? Not really, not so much. I have to try and get rid of that. If I put a little bit of blue there and a little bit of that one on top, and just a touch of white. I'm going to go over that where the sand is, but I don't really like the sand all the way up there. Okay, that's better. I know, stop fiddling. I just don't like that bit there. That's better. Just got to get rid of that. Alright, now I'll leave it in a second. I just don't like that. Let's see if I can get rid of that little bit there. So you can fiddle a little bit with these, just be careful not to overdo it. So I've got my dark up here, it's going a little bit lighter, then it's quite light here and going on to the sand. So I'm quite happy with that. A lot more cells happening in this one than the previous one. Is that something that you like, or do you prefer it to be a little bit more natural looking, as I said earlier? I'm not quite sure which I prefer. Clean off my sides. So So, where I've only swiped once up here, you tend to get bigger cells. When you've swiped twice, you've moved your silicone and broken it up more, so your cells tend to be a little bit smaller. So yeah, certainly has got less white this time. That's the other one. More white. See, the turquoise really took over in this one. So what do you think? Do you like that one better with the big cells and less white, or do you like this one better with more cells, more white? I don't know. I can't decide. I'll have to have a think about it. I know everyone loves cells, but we'll see. I might just torch just down here a little bit. Just this little bit. Actually, I'll torch the whole thing. Why not? There we go. Just to pop any bubbles. Okay. Yep. Got some pretty lacing happening there. Look at that. Okay. I'm going to take the camera down. I'll take the camera down. Yeah, I'll take it down because I can't really zoom in from up here. So I'll take it down and show you from my perspective. Around we go. So we've got the beach down there. It's got some glare happening. Getting into the darker colours, into the turquoise, the blue, and going up into the navy. So pretty cells. I mean, they're not cells that you're going to get like when you're using glue. These are just your Floetrol cells. They're okay, but they're not going to hold their shape as well as cells that have got, or a mix that's got glue in it. Come around this way so that you can see that a little bit better. Oops, now I'm in the shadows. All right, that's probably enough from me, and I will see you for the next one. Let me know if you prefer this or the more natural look. I think I'm heading the other way to the no oil look. So I'll do another one with more blue and less white in the natural look and see which I prefer. Okay, that's it for now. See you for the next one. Bye for now.